we have a hot movie for a hot night. Let's look.
Meet the most dangerous person alive.
I want her.
Too dangerous to stay alive. Feel for her, but fear for them. George C. Scott, Martin Sheen, Drew Barrymore.
That's Stephen King's Firestarter. Better bring your fire extinguishers. Things are really heating up.
Good evening, my darlings, and welcome to another KBSI Creature Feature. I'm Misty Brew here on your Tubi with these great big, rubies, yeah. Oh, first of all, I would like to say hello to Mark, who is at home, who does not feel too well, and to Wack here in Cape, and Mike, Velva, and Lisa Bueller in Advance. Hi, guys. Okay, tonight, it's hot. Hot, 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 hot. I'm talking stolen property. I mean hot. Stephen King brings us the most dangerous girl alive. Too dangerous to stay alive. It's an all-star cast. Martin Sheen, George C. Scott, Drew Barrymore, and Heather Locklear. She's a star? Oh well, feel the heat. Yes, feel the excitement. Place your hands on the set. No, I said on the TV. It's Firestarter. I'll be back soon, human creatures.
Charlie McGee is a happy, healthy little 8-year-old girl. Normal in every way, but one.
Well, what is it you really want?
That my involvement with this child, Charlene, will not end by my bringing her here. Oh, no, it's just the beginning.
Charlie has the power. She can set things on fire with just a glance.
Do something bad, but you still love me?
Oh, Charlie. She's very beautiful. She's very young. Yet inside her is the power of the gods.
It is a power she does not want, a power she cannot control.
We haven't got her yet.
We'll have her.
Show me a warrant to get the hell off my land. We don't need a warrant.
And each night she prays to be just like every other child. But there are those who will do everything in their power to find her, to control her.
We're going to be close, she and I. Oh, yes. We're going to be very close.
And maybe to destroy her.
You're gonna have to burn it down, honey. Burn it all down.
Charlie McGee is Stephen King's Firestarter. David Keith, Freddie Jones, Heather Locklear, Martin Sheen, George C. Scott, Art Carney, Louise Fletcher, and Drew Barrymore as Stephen King's Firestarter. Firestarter, will she have the power to survive?
Good evening, my darlings. And guess what tonight's movie is? Well, it's Stephen King's Firestarter, and it's one hot movie. I had a friend once who liked to start fires, but I think he's doing 5 to 10 across the river. Hey, drop me a line, bud. I know you're watching. Well, it's better than saying, drop by. We might get into a heated discussion, if you know what I mean. Oh well, Martin Sheen, George C. Scott, and Drew Barrymore star tonight in a burning, burning movie. Don't miss a minute.
We are going to give each one of you 10 young ladies and gentlemen an injection. 5 of these injections will be water. 5 of them will be water mixed with a tiny amount of a chemical compound, which we call Lot 6. The exact nature of this compound is classified, but it is essentially a hypnotic mild hallucinogenic.
Is this experiment being done by the shop? Andy McGee.
I'm Vicki Tomlinson. He said my hair is beautiful, like copper set on fire.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Just thought it.
Whatever you do, no eye contact. He can make you do what he wants.
Drop it.
How exhausting must it have been for Victoria and Andrew McGee when this child was an infant? The bottle is laid, the baby cries. And at that moment, one of her stuffed toys right there in the crib beside her bursts into smoky flame.
Joe, she's just a little girl. She can light fires, yes, but you're making her sound like Armageddon.
Yes. And that's what it might well be.
You feel guilt!
She's never done anything like this before, and I don't know if she can stop. Not the girl!
I made Mommy scream.
My God! Did you see what she did? Did you see that? Who's Rainbird?
He's an agent, an exterminator.
She's very beautiful, she's very young. Yet inside her is the power of the gods.
Who shot my daughter?
I want to say my father.
You know, this song should have been the theme song for this movie. We're rocking now. And these people better watch out or this girl is going to start things rocking. She just wants to be left alone. I don't though. I hate to dance alone. Come on, get up and dance. Start a fire in your living room with your feet.
Do something bad. Please still love me.
Oh, Charlie.
She's 8 years old,
We'll have
and there are forces out to get her.
What if we could train this little girl?
Not for what she's done,
Something's happening in there.
but for what she is.
Back up.
Charlie McGee is Stephen King's Firestarter. Will she have the power to survive? Rated R. Now at select theaters. Check newspapers for locations and showtimes.
hate to dance alone, and look who's joined me, Frankie! We have some classic rock and roll now. Another appropriate song. Come on, baby, light my fire. Woo, it's hot tonight on the Creature Feature. It's getting hotter on this movie, too. They'd better quit making this girl mad, huh, Frankie? Oh, well, we're going to keep dancing. See you soon.
It can't happen here, but it did last year.
We the people in a peacetime year lost over 10,000 killed and 40,000 injured. We the people in a peacetime year lost thousands and thousands of homes, schools, hospitals, factories, and churches. Losses the nation can replace only at tremendous cost. In peacetime, we the people on thousands of our farms lost buildings, equipment, and harvests. Harvests which are sorely needed to feed the hungry all over the world. And finally, we the people lost 31 million acres of timber. Timber that would cover the whole of New York State. Timber enough to build 140,000 desperately needed homes. It's a tragic story. A story that often begins like this. Or maybe the story begins like this. Or again, the story begins like this. Here's another way the story often begins.
Hello.
And here's still another beginning. And here's one more beginning. Gasoline, invisible fumes, an open flame. The danger? Well, watch this experiment. You don't see any vapors, but they're there all right. A powerful light reveals their shadow on a white wall. See how these vapors flow out of the container and how they spread. Fumes of gasoline, benzene, and naphtha, when they mix with air, are a powerful explosive. And when they reach an open flame, every minute of the day and night, all year long, there's a fire. Every hour of the day and night, all year long, one person dies and 4 are maimed by fire. And 50,000 killed and injured. Crimes of carelessness. But we, the people who commit them, can also prevent them. Don't put out cigarettes in waste baskets. Have ashtrays, or better yet, smoking stands. A lot of them.
and use them. You can smoke in your car. It's safe. But don't throw the butt out the window and destroy another 500,000 acres of forests. Don't let your child maim himself. Even safety matches can be plain murder in the hands of a youngster. Ask yourself how you'd feel if your child... Well, you get the idea. And electrical appliances, they're perfectly safe to use. But you do have to turn them off when you leave. Now about those signs, no smoking. There's only one reason for them. To protect your life and the lives of others who work with you. If you can't take your things to the cleaners, only cleaning fluids approved by the underwriters' laboratories. They don't explode. Safety rules, after all, are just common sense. Unless you're a skilled electrician, don't attempt your own repairs. You're asking for trouble. Defective cords and plugs. Makeshift wires. And extension cords under carpets and rugs are bad fire hazards. You're asking for trouble, too, when you let rubbish pile up in the basement, in closets, or in the attic. Junk burns too easily. And electric lights are a lot safer to see by than candles or any other open flame. Another common sense rule is to have your heating plant put in good condition at least once a year before the heating season begins. Oil burners, stokers, furnaces, stoves, and pipes that don't work right cause a lot of fires every year. And that fireplace you like so well, it'll keep the sparks from popping out and setting carpets and clothing afire. And don't smoke in bed. You went to bed because you were tired, so you'll probably fall asleep. Too many people have gone to sleep forever by smoking in bed. Stopping fires is a matter of following simple rules, but observing them would avoid 3 fires out of 4. You can be sure that the men whose job it is to protect your life and property will welcome your cooperation. You're protected by expert fire departments, by well-trained men, always ready on a moment's notice to come to your aid. And this is their ammunition, water. And pumping stations distribute that water to hydrants all over your community. And up-to-date fire alarm systems bring the firemen to your house in a matter of minutes. But the efficiency of all these services depends on you reporting the fire promptly. That's why it's important for you and your family to know where the nearest fire alarm box is. And incidentally, if you should turn in an alarm, be sure to wait by the box till the fire engines arrive, so you can quickly show them where the fire is. It's important, too, for you to have the number of the fire department handy near your telephone. Of course, in many communities, you need only call the operator. Half the battle would be won if small blazes could be checked before they become disasters of death and destruction. When will this appalling rate of death and destruction come to an end? That is the challenge. A challenge to every man, woman, and child in the United States. How will you meet this challenge?
Fire, the fifth horseman, brings death to one American every 48 minutes. Fires last year killed 11,000 people, made 400,000 families homeless, destroyed property worth $700 million. 3 fires out of 4 never would have happened if their victims had followed only the simplest rules of safety. Clear out the fire hazard in your cellar. Have your heating equipment inspected. Always leave cigarette butts safe. Throw away worn electric wiring. Keep the phone number of your fire department in plain sight. Find out the location of your nearest fire alarm box. Stop Fire, the Fifth Horseman. Join now in your community's Fire Prevention Week. Prevent fires, save lives.
Burnt? Something's burning! Oh! Don't miss this movie, my darling! Oh!
The latest Stephen King novel to be adapted for the big screen is Firestarter. It is a story about a girl, Charlie McGee, with the amazing ability to start fires with her mind. When Drew Barrymore first read the book in 1980, she knew the role was for her.
My mom was in the kitchen making dinner, and I came in and I went, "I'm a fire starter. I'm Charlie McGee."
He's the one that brought us here.
Oh no, Daddy, that's John. He took care of my room.
No.
A descendant of the famous Barrymore family, Drew has been acting since the age of 11 months. But her real break came when Steven Spielberg asked her to be in a film he was making. It was called E.T. Firestarter required that Drew add a new dimension to her abilities, according to producer Frank Capra Jr.
We'd seen her in these other pictures, especially E.T., but we wondered if she was really too sweet, because deep down in, this little girl is carrying this power.
You sway back and forth, Drew. Sway back a little more. You're about to fall down, Drew. And boom, the car goes.
Director Mark Lester realized that Drew was being asked to take on more responsibility than ever before.
This picture she really had to carry because she's in every scene in the movie. And I knew it was a difficult job for her, but she's come through great.
Although Firestarter is not a horror movie, the filming did require many dangerous and frightening stunts.
When you're first looking at the guy and he's going to blow up or something, then it's scary at the first part. But then when he does it, it's not scary, because you know he's going to be okay.
The fire and the stunts and the burns and so forth, it's all a major part of the story.
Jeff Jarvis, along with special effects coordinator Mike Wood, is responsible for creating and controlling the fire and explosions. Bringing Firestarter to life requires that the stuntmen perform the most dangerous stunt of all, the full body burn, over and over. Fortunately, they have the right crew.
There's one fellow that was on the show, Mike Johnson. I think he'd rather do burns than anything else.
Boom. Look back to the camera and extend your hand like you're looking for help. Boom, boom, boom.
Today, Mike will go up in flames wearing a newly developed fire suit that is much thinner than previous suits, giving him a more realistic look.
I'm going to double check your bottle here.
Mike has only 90 seconds to do the full burn once his air supply is turned on. Ironically, he is in as much danger of suffocating inside his safety suit as he is of getting burned. He also wears a mask to simulate the face of the actor he is doubling for, Drew Snyder.
He has my face on his face over a piece of asbestos, and the whole thing will ignite and kind of melt down. I'm glad there's another man that looks like me on this set.
We have a spot that we're supposed to go to and die right there in the spot. But sometimes the fire is in front of your eyes, so you have to wiggle your head like this, which makes the fire shoot back and forth, and sometimes you can pick up a car here or a tree there or a person there where you're supposed to go. By the time you're all through at the burn, and they take off this headpiece and you see the world, you see the blue sky, and your friends are all applauding, that makes everything worth it.
Glenn Randall, stunt coordinator on Firestarter, is one of the most experienced in the business, with credits like Raiders of the Lost Ark and Return of the Jedi to his name. But on this film, he is trying new combinations of stunts.
We're incorporating two devices, not only this burn suit, but also a flying rig. And to my knowledge, this is the first time that we've ever attempted putting the two together, so it should be an interesting result.
The problem with fire stuff is once you feel the pain, it's too late. You're burned.
George Fisher is another veteran of fire films, having worked on the towering Inferno. In this scene, he is wearing a mask to double for George C. Scott's character. He's modest about his role in bringing the effect to the screen.
You're just a passenger. You say a little prayer and you depend on your buddies.
When Charlie loses control of her temper, she unleashes her awesome power on everything around her. Rather than rely on the magic of the film lab, the effects crew has built a full-size mansion that they will set on fire. Then a cannon will shoot debris outward as the house explodes. Meanwhile, Mike Johnson will be standing on the balcony on fire.
You'll torch him and get the hell out of there. Wilson! Put him up!
Amazingly, Mike is unhurt. Testimony to the abilities of the special effects experts and the stunt crew.
I thought that Firestarter was a more movable book than some of the others, but at the same time I worried a lot about somebody getting hurt, somebody burning up.
Not an unrealistic concern, considering the importance of fire in bringing the film to the screen. But in the entire 67-day shooting schedule, nobody was seriously injured. Stephen is modest about his abilities, preferring not to label his novels as fantasy or horror.
I call them stories. Sometimes I say I'm going to go upstairs and you know, make stuff up.
Whatever you call them, Stephen King will be chilling our backbones for years to come.
Frankie and I are taking a breather to enjoy this movie and show you what's coming up next week on Creature Feature. Scary, starring Sissy Spacek and John Travolta. Oh, I mean, John Travolta. Frankie, your dimple is cuter than his. And don't forget, I'm going to be hosting the KBSI 8 o'clock movie all next week. And Frankie said he was going to stick around. So don't miss it.
Der Meister des Schreckens ist da. Friedhof der Kuscheltiere. Dolores. Dead Zone. Der Rasenmähermann. Friedhof der Kuscheltiere 2. Der Feuerteufel. Salem Slot. Die Stephen King-Reihe. Der Feuerteufel und Salem Slot. Jetzt.
Uh-oh, this little girl is steaming now. Feel the heat, Frankie? She must like it hot. Some like it hot, Frankie. At least we're not wasting good music on a television commercial. Can you believe that they put this music to a Burger King commercial? Next they will be putting some Grateful Dead music to advertise a funeral home. It's worse than colorizing black and white films. Come on, Frankie, let's rock.
Hi, human creatures. Pick up t-shirts, posters, pins, and more at my official Misty Brew store at cafepress.com/Misty Brew.
Hello, folks. I'm Smokey, the forest fire-preventing bear, with a mighty important message for you. Did you ever hear the story about the 3 people? Well, sir, once upon a time there were 3 two-legged people. A teeny-weeny baby person, a medium-sized mama person, and a great big papa person. One day, Mama Person wanted to take little baby person out for a picnic in the forest. Papa Person went for the idea, like a bear goes for honey. It was a beautiful day.
clear and dry. So they packed their stuff and headed out into the country. On the way, Papa Person wanted to smoke, so he took out a cigarette, lighted it with a match, and then, now get this, he didn't throw his match out the window. He broke it into several pieces and put them in a safe place. When Papa finished his cigarette, he crushed it in his ashtray. By this time, they had arrived at Farmer Smith's place. They could see Farmer Smith in a clearing near the woods, burning brush. Mama Person looked very carefully at what Farmer Smith was doing. And do you know what she said to Papa? "Look, Papa," she said. "Farmer Smith has waited until this nice, quiet day without a breeze blowing to burn off his field. And he's plowed all around the brush piles. And he has those pails of water handy. And his boys are helping him. He's a smart man, Farmer Smith is. His fire won't get away into the woods." Yes, that's what Mama Person said. She didn't believe in taking chances with fire either. And then they were in the forest. Papa built a little campfire so they could cook the nice steak they brought along. Oh, they had a fine time. Baby had a especially good time. Papa let him blow out every match after he lit his smokes. And when they were ready to go home, Papa Person let Baby Person help him put the campfire dead out. And they lived happily ever after, often returning to enjoy many more safe picnics in the green forest. That's no fairy tale either. Good things can happen, just like I told you, when people are careful with fire, in and near the woods. Thanks, folks. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Many believe that it is the fire that kills people in house fires. In reality, it is the smoke that kills. While you sleep, the silent killer will fill your home. You will never hear, smell, or see it coming. Smoke can kill you in 3 to 4 short breaths, but a working smoke detector can save your life. Smoke detector saves lives. Check your smoke detectors monthly and replace the batteries at least twice a year. If you need assistance with this, please contact the Arlington Fire Department and we will assist you. For more fire safety tips, check out our website at www.arlingtontx.gov. Thanks and be safe.
Hey, I learned the girl's secret. You just think like Mike Tyson and Robin Givens and all hell breaks loose. Speaking of breaking loose, look at all the creatures coming at you next week.
Humans are such easy prey.
It's neck snapping and gore galore in From Beyond next week on the Creature Feature. Don't miss it. Now, don't get hot under your collar because the conclusion of Firestarter is coming up.
We are going to give each one of you 10 young ladies and gentlemen an injection. 5 of these injections will be water. 5 of them will be water mixed with a tiny amount of a chemical compound, which we call Lot 6.
I've known you for 1,000 years.
Stop it! It just happened!
The cycle repeated as explosions broke in the sky. All that I needed was the one thing I couldn't find, and you were there at the turn, waiting to let me know. We're building it up to bring it back down. We're building it up to burn it down. We can't wait to burn it to the ground. The colors conflicted as the flames climbed into the clouds. I wanted to fix this, but couldn't stop from tearing it down. And you were there at the turn, caught in the burning glow. And I was there at the turn, waiting to let you know. We're building it up to bring it back down. We're building it up to burn it down. We can't wait to burn it to You told me yes, you held me high, and I believe when you told that lie. I played soldier, you played king, and struck me down when I kissed that ring. You lost that right to hold that crown. I built you up, but you let me down. So when you fall, I take my turn and fan the flames as your blazes
And
burn.
you were there at the turn, waiting to let me
Burn it all down.
building it to bring it back down. Building it to burn it down. We can't wait to burn it to the ground.
Take my turn and fan the flames as your blazes burn.
Can't wait to burn it to
When you fall, I take my turn and fan the flames as your blazes burn.
We can't wait to burn it to the ground.
You'll be safe now, Charlie.
Doing it, Daddy. I love you.
Well, that's the way the candle burns out. And it's at the end of another Creature Feature. Don't forget, you can see me next week on the KBSI 8 o'clock movie for terrifying films and some terrific jokes. Frankie and I are going to Dance the night away. See you next week, my darlings.
I don't do drugs, so I've got no friends.
Hey, Paul!
I don't get invited to any parties. Women ignore me. I don't even have a real job. Yeah, I've heard some people say drugs are cool, but they are wrong. Some of them are dead wrong.